But to some people all these aids also have the opposite effect, that of taking away the pleasure humans feel when they are in complete control of their cars. There are several car models out there that try to stick to the basics, and provide their owners with a genuine, some would even say analog driving experience. Most of these vehicles are high-end machines that can be enjoyed mostly on the track. And so is the Nilu, a hypercar you've probably never heard about, but one that may very well change the way you perceive hypercars. The Nilu has been in the news for a while now, with word of it surfacing back in May. It is a passion project of Sasha Silipanov, a car designer whose resume includes past ties with the likes of Lamborghini, Bugatti, and Koenigsegg. Not long ago, Silipanov founded a hypercar brand called Nilu27 with the stated goal of creating a vehicle that offers an unfiltered and censored driving experience. And that's exactly what the Nilu machine is supposed to do. Over the past few months we've been treated to various teasers of the hypercar, but this week the stunning example of design and engineering broke cover in all of its glory. And by glory, I really mean that. Just have a look at this thing, but beware, jaws might drop and hearts may skip a bit. I'll start with the obvious, which is the way the thing looks. I like to think of myself as a person who isn't easily rendered speechless, but the Nilu has pretty much done exactly that. The company says the design of the Nilu was inspired by a great many things. The most obvious sources of inspiration on the list include F1 and Le Mans race cars from the 1960s, old-school American muscle cars, and drift cars. Less obvious, but still present if you look hard enough, are the Bauhaus philosophy, metal music, and even mathematics. What resulted is a very low vehicle with tight cross-sections, large curves, a very low roofline, and gull-wing doors. From afar, the Nilu looks pretty uncomfortable, but its maker promises that's far from being the case. There are two sunken seats hidden underneath the beautiful body, installed side by side, which can be reached easily thanks to the large aperture of the doors. The Nilu is built with a chassis made from a carbon fiber monocoque and rests on lightweight aluminum alloy tubular subframes. This approach was chosen as a means to give people better access to drivetrain components, but also because this solution offers better heat extraction. The way the body of the car was built allows a pretty unobstructed view of the engine bay. It is there where a V12 engine was installed. That's right, this thing is not electric. The power plant is the work of Hartley Engines, a New Zealand-based engineering house that mostly creates aftermarket engines for Toyotas and Nissans. The hardware is described as one of the most powerful of its kind in the world, and promises to make the Nilu the world's most powerful, naturally aspirated hypercar. The engine displaces 6.5 liters, and its 12 cylinders have been installed in an 80-degree configuration. A total of more than 1,000 horsepower are sent to the road in controlled bursts via 7-speed manual transmission with reverse gear lockout. The car meets the ground with the help of 4 center lock wheels that were designed in-house. Each of them is shod in Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2R tires and is backed by a double wishbone, pushrod suspension system. Stopping power is supplied by Brembo hardware. Remember how I started this video by saying the Nilu does not make use of any of the advanced systems we take for granted in today's cars? Brace yourselves, as I'm about to reveal what that means. The Nilu as you see it here is basically a track car. One that does not have any driving modes, offers no settings customization, and no extra options. The steering wheel is perfectly round, and utterly devoid of any switches and toggles. There are no digital controls, only analog ones that rely on cold touch, machined billet levers and switches. They are used to manually set the steering wheel, pedal box, headrest, and door mirrors, among other things. The screens are all but absent, except for the one that shows images coming from the rear-view camera. This gadget was installed in a bid to solve the mid-engined hypercar's lack of rear visibility. The driver's hypercar was shown for the first time this week in Los Angeles, and it is now getting ready to take part in the Pebble Beach Concours d'Elegance next week. Later in November, it will also be featured in the CSR Racing 2 mobile game. Nilu27 plans to make 15 units of this track-bred hypercar. A street version is also in the works, with plans to make 54 of them. Production will take place at the Aria Group facility in Irvine, California. There is not a single bit of info on how much the Nilu could cost.